you come from a political family.
Mm-hmm.
What have you learned that you are now putting in? I mean, obviously, the community development, livelihood projects is something, but what lessons do you take now moving forward?
I've always believed that if you do a good job and you're sincere in it, then you will be successful, and people will like you naturally. You don't really have to exert a lot of effort for them to like you. You just have to do it with the job you do in your political career.
But do you still think the same way, given what's happened with this
It's,
answer from a
No, it's
debate?
it's not politics in general. Maybe some political people are taking advantage of this, but this is one single affair that should not discourage you, because if you get discouraged with this single affair, then all your advocacy will go down the drain, and they will be happy because
Yes.
they have destroyed you. Yes.
Well, let's go back to the nursing. I mean, we pulled up during Obama's State of the Nation, State of the Union address.
Yes,
The State of the Union. There was a Filipina nurse, Malu Sanchez, and she also, on her Facebook, on her social media account, took offense at that one quote. If we can pull that up, the quote by Malu Sanchez, she said this: "Ang taas na ng pagtingin ng mundo sa atin, na itaas na natin, tapos binababa naman niya. Talagang na-hurt talaga ang mga nurses." Ang sabi ko nga, everybody has their own mind. Masasabi niya kahit anong gusto niyang sabihin. Pero meron tayo, may magagawa tayo. Ang dapat natin gawin, yung mga ganung tao, hindi natin nilalagay sa pwesto. How do you respond to Menchu Sanchez?
It was a wrong message. It was misunderstood.
Yes.
And
Actually, that's very clear when you look at the
yes,
actual clip.
yeah, so maybe that's the way they understood it, but it's not my message. I was just enabling those who will be displaced by the school to get a certificate so they can work in some health-related facilities that doesn't need a BSN degree.
Correct.
I'm not putting down the nurses. I'm just saying that those who are unable to graduate getting a BSN degree should be given a chance to work in lesser positions, but they can still work in health-related facilities.
So the irony actually was that you were trying to create opportunity for
those who
more
didn't
people.
finish their
Yeah.
BSN, kaya lang nakat yung mga messaging. So they misunderstood it. Iba na yung message pagdating sa kanila.
From at Miss Liberal ako, moving on from this, what can you do from here on out to help improve the future of Pinoy nurses?
I have talked with them. In fact, they said that this is a blessing in disguise to a nursing association here in the Philippines. They said that maybe God made this opportunity so that I can help them now. I can meet them and help them. So we're doing, aside from the legislation that they want me to espouse if ever I get to the legislature, we're doing a project, ang nurse clinic. They want to do it, and I volunteered that I will do the pilot project for this. They said that they have tried this in Leverisa, Pasay, and the University of the Philippines is the one in charge of this. They did a pilot project in Leverisa, Pasay, and it's a clinic, and it's quite successful. So maybe we can look at it and maybe do it in other places so that those nurses, kasi may oversupply tayo ng nurses, can get employed in this kind of clinic.
Yes.
But in this clinic, they are entrepreneurs. They are not anymore employed. They will be managing a clinic of their own. And I said that maybe we should do a pilot project and try it. And if it's successful, then we can duplicate it in many places in the Philippines.
Interesting. This isn't also a good question to you from at Royce Arellano. You have a very good cause, livelihood, which you've successfully run to hundreds of communities nationwide. Why gun for a Senate seat?
I thought that a Senate seat will give me the stature to promote it nationally.
But the jobs are different.
In what way?
As a senator, you'd be creating laws. You wouldn't necessarily be able to
in the
continue.
Philippines, you do both. You do both.
So you can continue with the work that
I can do. When I was a congresswoman, I do very good legislative work, but I have established livelihood projects in all of my barangays. So you can do both. Kasi if you want really to help people, some people, they don't even know what you're doing in your legislation.
Yes.
But when you do community work, they understand.
Yes.
So you have to do both to please your constituency.
So essentially, you're saying you want to go bottom up, top down.
Yes,
That's
yes.
it. That's what we want to do. An interesting question again. I'm loving our questions from social media from @Eds Aison. Ano opinion ninyo sa paglikha ng trabaho dito sa Pinas at sending workers abroad?
Alam mo, yung sending workers abroad, I would like to think it's temporary. I mean, it might not be a wish that might not happen, but I'm wishing that our overseas Filipino workers will come back and when there are job opportunities in the Philippines, and we should create those job opportunities. What we're doing now, Reza, we have a project. We call it the OFW and Family Summit with Go Negosyo every
Yes.
November. And what we do there is we invite the families of OFW, and then we ask those companies that are doing businesses or selling their businesses, small businesses, to ordinary people, like yung mga distributorship, yung transportation business, yung mga franchise na maliliit, yung mga ganon, to be there and answer questions from the people who will be attending, who are mostly families of OFW. Usually attendance namin 5,000.
Fantastic.
Oo. And then we ask people naman na expert in managing small business to lecture on how you manage a small business. So
Yes.
it's an opportunity for them to find business opportunities with the right people and with the right teachers.
Yes.
So every year we do that, thinking that in the end, many of our OFW families will be able to establish small businesses, and if they are successful, maybe in the future, their loved ones won't have to go back abroad.
Actually, that's critical. The APEC SME summit
Yes,
that they just
yes,
recently had,
yeah.
they said that up to 80% of growth should come from small and medium enterprises,
Yes.
but there aren't enough. The other thing that I found fascinating is that the middle class is going overseas. How
Yes.
can we grow? How can we develop if our best and the brightest continue to go
Yes,
overseas?
that's why we want to reverse that. But it's a natural thing. You cannot just legislate that you come
Yes.
back.
You know,
No?
if there are no opportunities, why would they?
So we have to do something that in the future they will come back.
Correct.
Oo.
Well,
Reverse migration.
Sana. You talked about OFWs. This was your husband also.
Advocacy, yes.
How do you get away from under his shadow?
I would say that he has a different career path altogether from me. Like, for example, when he was congressman, he became Speaker of the House. That's an admin work. No?
Yes.
And when he was senator, he became a Senate president. Me naman, when I was congresswoman, I became the president of the Lady Legislators, and we worked for the legislation that benefit women, children, and family. Parang mas lesser, but as important. And I went to committee work, like I was chairman of the Committee on Higher and Technical Education. So you can see, iba yung path namin. But I wouldn't say that my path is not as good as his. It's different. And when I was, maybe I have more time because I was not managing a big organization, I was all able to devote time in my district and establish these livelihood projects in all my barangays. In the end, you can never say na he did better than me.
Oh, I wouldn't say that. Never underestimate the power of a woman.
It's different.
Yes. But
Maybe we did well, both of us did well in a different way.
But right now, when you say Villar, most people will automatically think the man, Villar. How will you change their mind so they start thinking Cynthia Villar?
I don't mind being Mrs. Cynthia Villar. Oh, I don't mind. some people are defensive, but I'm not that kind of person. I can be appreciated for what I'm doing. I don't have to insist that I'm better than my husband.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What is most important to you when you look at the country today? What do you want to
I
accomplish?
just want to, when I die, I would be remembered as someone who has made a difference in this country, even in her small way.
Oh, but a congresswoman and a senator is actually not a
Yeah,
small
but
way. What-
that's what I want. I want to be remembered for my livelihood projects rather than be remembered as a senator, as a congresswoman. Kasi yung senator and congresswoman, marami pang bad things associated with it, with that position. But being remembered as one who has built the most number of livelihood projects in the Philippines, parang walang bad association yun, di ba?